I'll tell you something interesting, okay? I don't watch many TV programs or, seasons of other movies or whatever plays on Netflix and all that. But one of them which I do watch is The Ultimate Fighter. The Ultimate Fighter is more or less, it's like a reality show where these fighters, MMA fighters, they are put together in a house, 16 of them, and they have to fight between themselves. So 16 fight with each other, there are 8. 8 fight with each other, then there are 4. 4 fight with each other, then there are 2. And finally, the number 1, he comes out. So this whole thing takes place around 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks of shooting. The reason I like to watch it is because it gives you insights into each one's character, how they are as a person. And obviously when you don't have television, when you don't have anything else to do other than interact with one another, with cameras following you and you're having the microphone there, eventually your real personality comes out. More like some of these, I think, TV shows, Big Brother or Big Boss in India, they call it. However, the only difference being is these are actual fighters. Okay. Now, what is the reason I actually watch them is not just for the fighting that happens at the end. Rather, I watch it because, each person reveals something about his life. Obviously when the camera is following you and then you're supposed to sit in front of the camera and talk for some time. You're supposed to give your analysis about the fight. You're supposed to talk about your beliefs. What do you think of this guy? What do you think of that guy? And most importantly, when they ask, do you think you will win? Do you think you're the next ultimate fighter? And it's so amazing that when you watch this, each and every guy believes he is the one who's going to win. Each and every guy tells you a story about, I gave 10 years, 15 years, 20 years of my life practicing every single day. The typical statements like, I give my blood, sweat and tears in the gym. My wife was working and supporting me because I wouldn't get paid for shows. People actually fight for free because this is their passion. And all of them are there not because it's a job, but because they love this sport. The adrenaline of winning a fight, training in the gym, learning jiu-jitsu, judo, karate, boxing, grappling. It never ends, okay? And obviously, it's a very expensive sport because you have to pay for the coaches. Each discipline has a coach. You have to pay for gym membership. You have to pay for food. You have to pay for travel. And you have to pay for your day-to-day life. But now, what do I find interesting when this is just a normal thing? What I find absolutely shocking, interesting, or baffling is the fact that every contestant who takes part, each and every contestant, believes he is the winner. Each and every contestant believes he is destined to win the whole show. Each and every guy's dream is, I want to join the UFC, Ultimate Fighting Championship organization. Each and every person tells you a story about his past. And you feel sad for some of these guys. You are able to relate to some of these guys. But here's the funny thing. Out of the 16 people who take part, only one will win. Only one. Rest everyone loses. That's the first shocker. The second shocker is, you can be a nice guy, you can believe in God, you can pray to God, you can do good, you can give a sob story about your wife, your mother, father, the sacrifices you made. But to your shock and surprise, maybe the guy who wins is a total asshole. This has happened in one of the episodes where the guy who His name is Tony Ferguson. He insulted the guy's child who died, and he says, your child's dead body, or something like that, he said. And everyone in the house, in that, were against him and angry because he was drunk. But he didn't apologize. And then he reached the finals, Tony Ferguson, including, I think his name is something. I can't get his name. He was a nice guy, and everyone wanted this guy to win. Al-Jameen? No, something. So Tony is a bad guy. This other guy is a good guy in the finals. Now, if you watch a movie, normally the good guy wins. In this, the bad guy won. He won. Okay, and people were not very happy about it. But guess what? He not only won, he had a spectacular career. A very good career. So, you get so many lessons of life that come to you through this, this show. If you're good, that doesn't mean you'll succeed. If you do good to others, that doesn't mean you'll succeed. You can be the hardest working guy and you can lose. In some seasons, a guy who is incredible, very talented, they have to fight for 3 rounds or 2 rounds of 5 minutes each. Imagine a guy for all the 3 rounds of 5 minutes each. He was dominating, but the last 10 seconds, he did one mistake and either gets knocked out or submitted and he loses. Last 10 seconds or 30 seconds, they make one mistake and he loses an opportunity of a lifetime. And then there are twists and turns. The guy who everyone believes is destined for greatness, he ends up getting cancer, or he breaks a bone in his body and he can never compete, or he damages his lower back, or he wins a competition he joins, but then after that he loses. And there are people who have been absolute utter failures in the show, but they grow up to be famous. And some people prove to be a flop in UFC, but they succeed in other organizations and become very rich over there. So it's a complete twist and turn. It's like so unpredictable. In fact, the most shocking thing I do, which you might find surprising, I actually go back to the old episodes. I watch the seasons which are like maybe 20 years ago, and I watch and I wonder. Some of them are even 30 years old. I watch and I see, oh, this guy, he was destined to win. What happened to him? This guy was supposed to be super successful. He lost everything. This guy died. Then you see each one's life. They had predicted so many things for themselves. But in the end, what happened? So, why am I sharing all this with you today? Is because, you kind of realize life is like that. We all tend to focus on the winners. We all tend to focus on the man who's going to be the champion, the man who's going to achieve greatness, the man who's going to be, something great. But then you suddenly realize, man, there can be only one winner. Rest, everyone is a loser. How many people get a gold medal in the Olympics? Only one guy, out of 8 people who are running, for example. But what we don't know is the 8 people who are running, they defeated maybe 24 people or 48 people or whatever, maybe 64, maybe there were 64 people and there were 8 rounds. Out of each 8, only one could run, only one could qualify. Just imagine if the luck of draw, Usain Bolt was number 1 and Tyson Gay was number 2. They both ran in the qualifying round. Then Usain Bolt would qualify for the finals, Tyson Gay would not. But if Tyson Gay was among people who were all bad runners, he would be number 1. So luck also plays into, luck also has a factor. We always like to see the Elon Musk, the Jeff Bezos, but we never remind ourselves that for every one successful guy, millions had to lose and millions lost everything. Then it really makes you think about life, yeah. What about me? See, you and I want to be successful, right? Multi-millionaires or billionaires, or have a property, have money, have a good retirement, have a married life, have children. Everything we want good, right? But does that actually happen the way we want it? That's always a big question, right? Life doesn't go always as per plan, right? Which is why I always tell people, see, listen, give your best. Take the best mentoring, take the best guidance, have the best strategy. Don't play the rules, don't play the game by the rules. Try to play around with the loopholes of the system. Give your best. But in the end, it can be just about anyone's guess who's going to win. But that does not mean you just take a I care a damn attitude and, go through life. No, you have to do your best. The only reason I wanted to share this with you is because now when I look at all the 30 years worth of episodes, I see so many people who are no longer alive. So many people who were great champions, who lost everything, who fell from grace. And then there were people whom everyone thought were losers. They became great. Life has just gone up and down and up and down. But it gives you a perspective about life and makes you realize, I just have one life. Might as well do the best to give it meaning. So that is why I tell people, see, listen, enjoy every day as if it is your last. Because maybe that might be the only day left for you. Plan and prepare for tomorrow. Don't spend like all your money today only and think, nothing, there's no tomorrow. No. Be smart about it. But remember, this one life is all you got. Maybe today is all you have. Make it count. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you. Good, bad, ugly. Let me know in the comments below. And give me your thoughts. Alright? You guys take care. Ciao.